Next question is from Delroy. Oh, what's up, Delroy? He's we've chatted via other avenues. How do you determine which topical category makes sense for your client's websites? For example, say my client is in cryotherapy. How would you determine which category I need to be targeting for them for rankings? Well, you can use Google's NLP. Let's see, Google's Google Natural Language API. I've not done it this way because I have a tool that I use called On-Page AI that is integrated with the natural language API. So I can just go into On-Page AI and plug in a website and it will tell me exactly what Google's NLP categories are that Google has assigned to the content of that site. Does that make sense? So there's no question. I never have any doubt anymore about what type of topical categories I need to be producing content in, and then also finding links in that relevant category. I don't have to worry about that anymore. There's no guesswork. I just go down. I think you can do it directly from here, right there. Yeah, you can test it right there. So go do cloud.google.com/natural-language, or just go search Google Natural Language API. And you'll click through and you can try it for free. You can just paste your content into here and say analyze, and it will tell you what the topical categories are of that content, Google's topical categories. And then you could try to match that up when you're producing content, as well as, link sources. You want to try to get links from topical categories that are either the same or closely related topical categories. And just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, guys, are you guys not seeing my screen? Oh, you're not. Son of a bitch.
Nope.
Sorry. I'm so used to this always being a screen share. I just wasn't sharing my screen. Chris, you should have said something to me. Sorry. Google Natural Language API, I did not spell that properly. But once you search Google Natural Language API, it's the first one that comes up. So you click through to that. This is what I was talking about. You can test with this for free, paste some content in there, click analyze. It will tell you, it does a whole bunch of entity analysis and all this other stuff. But really what you want to find out is what are the primary topical categories that Google has determined or assigned to that content. But what I was going to show you was, if I show you On-Page AI, this is the tool that I use all the time. I've actually got 2 subscriptions to this, but we'll go in here and I'll just give you an example. See if with the question had, you said cryotherapy. Well, let's just go find a cryotherapy site. I'm sure I spelled that wrong. Cryotherapy right there. Let's try that again. Let's just click through to one of these. Harrisonburg. Okay. Interesting. I'm just going to take that right there, copy that URL. Not a lot of content on this page, and there's some images I don't want to look at. So anyways, in the on-page tool, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say predictive link building, and I'm going to paste that in. And I'm going to say, I'm going to look at the domain, which is going to, what this does is it actually is going to, this submits this URL to Google's natural language API. Okay. And then it's going to analyze both the URL and the topical categories of the entire domain. And it's going to give me the topical categories that it has found. So it takes a minute or so because it's actually sending this over to the API. It's waiting for Google to return the results because the Google bot has to scan the content, then classify the categories, and then it's going to come back. And here we go. Right there. Those are the topical categories. Again, there's no guesswork, guys. Beauty and fitness, top level category. Beauty and fitness cosmetic procedures is a more specific subcategory. Health conditions, health medical facilities and services, and health medical facilities and services medical procedures. Those are the topical categories that are appropriate for a cryotherapy site. Does that make sense? And again, that's why this tool is expensive, guys. There's no question, but it's fabulous. This is probably my favorite SEO tool right now, and it has been for the last couple of months. We lean on this really heavily because, again, my entire link building business is based on topical relevance, and that's what this app On-Page AI is like. It's what it's all about, topical relevance. It's a great tool. In fact, I've said this before, but I got the idea for semantic links from when I was on the webinar, the launch webinar for this tool right here. which is about a year ago now. Seriously. That's when I got the idea for semantic links, was because of the webinar, the launch webinar for this tool. I was like, man, with this tool, I can go out and find topical categories and then build links entirely around those specific topical categories. And I built a link building business around this method right here that I just described. So there you go. Anyway, I think you can do that free if you go to Google directly and do it here. It's not certainly as easy, but I think you can do it up to a certain amount until they start charging you for usage, which is part of the reason why on-page costs so much, is because of the usage, API usage. Anyway, moving on.